that. Keep doing good.
And our first game is going to be Zone's Piranha Pit. Oh. Let me rephrase. Zone Skipper. Always an exciting map mode. Lots of verticality to work with, although there is always the issue of one side having slightly better times with right side peaking than the other.
Yeah, that is always an issue, especially with flipped maps like this. As you know, if you play Season 1, Salt Spray Rig, everybody hates it, but that's just how it is. So, anyway, Zone Skipper, that giant middle part, that's gonna be a lot of fighting, but I can't even explain, we're going right into the game.
And we see a Hydra coming out. Always a fun weapon to see, able to take so much control on this map and gives Tubbs and friends double armor. And a Vanilla Pro.
Hydra game. Alright, there is a V Pro, and that's one of my favorite weapons in the game, personally. But as I say that, there's gonna be 2 down for Apocalypse, as right now, Tubbs and friends does have Soul Control as the mini here, trying to shark on this statue area, just looking for a pick. The Hydra does fall down, he does fall down. The mines goes
managing to get the Hydra, really allowing them a lot more space to move in. Able to get that Junior, that is 3 down. And the Pro, triple from the mini there. Very big from the mini.
Yeah, let's get into these team comps a little bit, especially for Apocalypse. A very standard type team comp, you know. You have your Junior for your armor. You have your 52, because 52 like that. You have your Slosher, because you can slosh over that little block there. You have the Mini for your missiles. This is a very standard team comp, but it's done 6 different ways. As a Slosher, like I said right there, does get a pick on that Pro.
I always love to see Juniors coming out from both teams. It's always cool to see them.
Now, I am surprised that is a V Pro. That's the most unused kit, in my opinion, but it's the most fun kit, because that's a purely skill weapon, because if you are good enough to hit your shots, that is a quick kill. No bombs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Although they are having a hard time getting in, even with that rain. Only 15 ticks left on the timer. They are having to kind of rush in here. Although the Booyah is able to come out and get pressure up on top, and the K-52 is probably going to be able to hold the zone. And that is game.
Yeah, that was overall just a solid game from Apocalypse.
Absolutely. The mini got the triple they needed to get in, and then they were just able to hold zone, hitting over those ledges with that Slotcher, like you were saying, and applying plenty of paint pressure between the Junior and the mini and the K-Gal.
Yeah, I just felt that Tubbs and friends were a little not as coordinated as Apocalypse were. Like, yes, there was some coordination, but it wasn't as tight-knit as this Apocalypse team seemed to be.
Absolutely. The usage of specials together from Apocalypse was really great to see. Next up, we've got TC Starfish, which can snowball pretty badly if you're not careful.
Like we said the first time, the first checkpoint, you get past that, it's pretty smooth sailing to the second one. So, in my opinion, the first and third checkpoints are the hardest to get through, because, like I said, first one right under the snipe area, and the third one, well,
right in front of their
yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised to saw the Hydra again, since that long range from snipe, you can basically put pressure on the entire court area if you get that far.
Absolutely, it can do so much from there. Slings in general on that map are so strong, and if you can get a splat like a heavy or a mini set up on the grates on right, they can do a really neat little flank.
Yeah, but I think that V Pro with that range is going to be really useful for clearing out that snipe area or that top left area, because a lot of people like to go there in order to try to get a sneaky kill. But that rain and those point sensors make it easier for the team to get a kill.
Absolutely. Another really important thing to keep in mind is paint is slightly less important in tower. As long as you've got paint around where the tower is currently pushing, you can get away with a lot more, and it's way easier to pull off flanks.
Yeah, I feel like on tower control, we're going to see a lot more killing-focused weapons, you know? Yes, there'd be a Junior or something there, but more of those sloshers, more of those pros, those Hydras.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, I know a lot of Juniors that switch off of Junior for tower control just because it's so much harder to make work in this mode.
Yeah, because you're going to need that range to just shoot from the tower. And as
Absolutely.
we see,
although we do still see Juniors from both sides here.
Yeah, as we see from Apocalypse, my favorite weapon in the entire game, the Kensa machine, is coming out. As for the side of Tubbs and friends, instead of going for the V Pro, they go for the Forge Pro for the bubble push.
And the mini is doing the exact flank I was talking about. It's such a strong spot for Squatlings. They're able to maneuver so well there. They can paint, they can get special, and these missiles coming out are going to apply a lot of pressure to the enemy team.
Yeah, but there's
the
an inkjet
Squatlings.
on the way for Tubbs and Friends. As Mini 1v1 gets the pillow here, but a third party interjects with a really good shot.
Absolutely.
As
And
right
we are
now,
seeing the K-52 just holding down right mid, just able to control so much space, and that K-Sheen splashdown actually going off and giving them a good bit more map control.
yep, 52 doing its thing is holding map control. There's a Weilong going off. As right now, Apocalypse is trying to get a good push here going, but they are going to get stopped by this junior, who unfortunately does not get a pick there.
It is a junior. And the junior's gonna hop right on tower along with that mini. They're gonna try and get through these checkpoints pretty quickly. The junior's gonna get that armor ready so they just can rush right in along with the missiles, and they have 4 specials ready. They can just really get this push going if they're careful with it.
Yeah, but there is going to be one down. The machine is going to go down. 52 is just sharking, waiting for his moment to strike.
Absolutely. 52 still has Booyah ready, still has their survival option.
Yeah, but a double from Tubbs and Friends isn't a just negate this push a little bit.
Absolutely. A push to 48 is not bad. It's just that this map you can get so far so quickly if you're not the enemy can get so far so quickly if you're not careful.
And as we see there, 52 is being perfectly balanced as it should be, killing in less than 6 frames. As right now, Apocalypse is going to stop that push right then and there. Or even
Mini pushing in through these bubbles on that pro, managing to get the pick, just waiting here for their teammates, getting off those missiles, and applying a ton of pressure to that Hydra up on Snipe.
Yeah, the Mini is trying to get a kill here, but they do manage to jump out as now Apocalypse is trying to try to get a push going, but Tubbs and Friends just playing good defense here.
Absolutely. They're not taking unnecessary risks during that. They did a great job waiting for the right time to move in.
Yeah, here we go. Tubbs and Friends trying to do something here. The T-Tech does pop a jet on Snipe, looking for a pick on the junior. He does get one. There's one more 52 there. He is so close but not get it, as now they might be get past the first checkpoint with this one.
They do have armor ready too, really allowing them to get this going. That splashdown does manage to go off, not managing to get anyone though. This is probably going to be lead for Tubbs and Friends if they're careful.
Oh, 1 point away from the lead here, as a very vicious fight's actually happening here.
And not quite able to get it.
Apocalypse holds on for dear life, as this would be another pick by the T-Tech, just making sure to keep the foot on the gas, basically.
Absolutely. This T-Tech is right here on Snipe again, inkjetting, really trying to get rid of that K-Sheen. Not quite managing to, and applying a lot of pressure to that junior.
Yeah, but the one in mid does get him with the 52 here, as right now just causing a distraction, just being a nuisance as the weapon usually is known for.
And we are seeing that Hydra set up on left. Very hard to get them out of that position once they're there. Able to apply a ton of pressure. Not getting flanked at the moment, really allowing them to just give space to move. Although this K-Sheen is pulling off a big flank and might be able to make a lot out of this if they're smart.
Yeah, they do manage to get the flank. They do notice him, though. The armor does go off. It looks like he doesn't get away scot-free, maybe? No, he doesn't.
No.
That.
A good idea. Just probably needed to go a little bit faster there with it.
Yeah, but there's
down
going
on
to be
the
down
side of
for
Apocalypse. Really allowing Tubbs and Friends to really almost assuredly get lead here. And there it is.
Yeah, there is a bubble to protect the top of the first checkpoint, but just the bomb pressure.
Yeah.
The bomb pressure and the machine shots just making it impossible, as this would be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Apocalypse.
Yeah, and they're able to keep this, and it looks like Apocalypse might try and make a push out of this. As the mini goes to push up, as the K-52 goes to push up into the mid.
Yeah, they see a little bit of paint around here. They only have one special ready, but with less than 30 seconds, Apocalypse is on their back foot now, because
Absolutely, and they're getting flanked by that T-Tech. Junior goes down, 2 down to that T-Tech's flank, maybe possibly a third, and down goes the third. And that is a quad from the T-Tech. Incredible play there from the T-Tech.
What a play by the T-Tech just to save that game. And what that might just be it.
Yeah, especially with this inkjet coming out, forcing them to back off from tower, risk getting directed. A great game there from Tubbs and Friends, getting in that awesome push, and just that T-Tech getting that incredible quad.
Now, that finale, we had to thank that T-Tech for. just managing to not only get 2 off the tower, kill the third one with at the max range, but managed to win that 1v1 versus the mini. That was an incredible.
7 inkjets out of that T-Tech too. That's a good number.
That's a bit of inkjet spam, if I say so myself.
And next up, we've got RM Snapper, a very interesting Rainmaker map because opening pop doesn't really matter.
Oh, like I said last time, either 1 minute or 5 minutes. No in between with the Rainmaker. And with this map specifically, if you can go straight through mid, that could just be the game right there.
Absolutely.
So
I
am hoping to get to a game 5 because that's my favorite map in the game, Surgeon. So hopefully we can see the little Surgeon action here.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Game 5s are always just so fun to get to see.
Well, not to worry about game 3 right now. As for Rainmaker on Snapper, the 2 big areas are those 2 like bike areas. You know what I'm talking about, right? On the sides of the streets.
Yep.
If you can get control of that allows you to basically just slowly move your way down to the street area.
Absolutely. That being said, if you manage to get some good enough picks, going through their street is so fast. And if they happen to have a tent player, which it doesn't seem like either of these teams do, you can easily just follow that tent shield up through a pretty straight path without taking a ton of risks.
Well, unless you're in the shield itself, or just slightly behind it, or else a bomb will end that right quick.
Yes.
As right now, it looks like the teams are going to take a little bit more time to just discuss like their strategy, because Snapper can go either 2 ways for Rainmaker. You can either go the very quick way we were talking about, or you can take it to the left side and have a much slower push, a much more calculated push. If you do it that way, you'll be able to just stall out as long as possible and hopefully get a pick or 2 just go as quick as you can.
And we are once again seeing 2 juniors and a Hydra. We are seeing the Forge Pro come out again. Bubbles are great for pushing on this map because it has so many closed off tight areas. We are seeing triple missile on the side of Apocalypse.
They really don't want Tubbs and friends to move without being a missile. That's their game plan here. As right now, no team's going for pop right away. They are poking at it, but they're not like focusing on it.
Once again, opening pop on this map isn't all that relevant. You don't get much special out of it. You don't get much map control out of it. You can kind of just ignore it for a minute.
Yeah, but it looks like Tubbs and friends are trying to play a little bit of defense here, as we're just in a very neutral situation here.
Absolutely, the mini does go down on Apocalypse, but they still have plenty of bomb pressure and plenty of space to work with without having to take too many risks. 3v3 situation, Mini's about to respawn.
Yeah, they do have the bubbles and armor ready, but it looks like no teams can really get a good solid foothold going.
And we do see armor coming out from that Hydra. And a pick from the Rainmaker there, that is 2 down. This could be a big push for Apocalypse here if they go left, as they're only watching street right now. Inkjet does come out from that check though.
The Rainmaker does get it all the way to 59. Not the
pretty solid push on this map.
Yeah, that's a really solid push. But right now, it's like this Tubbs and friends trying to keep Apocalypse out, and they do pick it up and trying to go through street, it looks like.
It does, but there's already pressure there from Apocalypse. It'll be hard to get through that area.
If they try to go the sneak route, they can get something going. Most of them don't even get to the street.
Looks like they were able to. There wasn't a ton of bomb pressure in the end there from Tubbs and friends, even though they have a decent number of bombs to work with.
And a lot of missiles to work with.
Yeah.
But it looks like Tubbs and friends are going to get a small push going to getting to 87. But it looks like they're not able to break through Apocalypse's defense here. As they will start getting pushed going, the Slosher managing to just
only the Hydra left. Probably going to go down here as 2 people are looking at them though. And there they go. That is a quad on the side. That is all 4 down on Tubbs and friends. They were
again 1 point away from getting the lead.
Absolutely. They are really just trying to push through this street here, although there are 3 people on snipe, which will make it very hard to move forward as you can just get dropped on. Yeah, you're managing to get a pick on the Forge Pro there. That's huge.
But the street is left wide open as there's one on snipe, and they push the lead a little bit.
They do. They get another little push in, really just opening up more space for them to work with, putting the other team in a situation where they're more likely to panic.
Yeah, but the Inkjet does get a nice pick on that bucket. But right now, they have to let the Rainmaker reset just paint up. Because right now, Apocalypse is just kind of get as much map control as possible with those missiles and just try to paint with their way through the map as the Junior falls into water. Go through a quick little dip.
It does happen.
It does. But
and here is Apocalypse going for Pop again. It is only the Hydra and Junior. If the Hydra does manage to get a pick, it looks like the Hydra gets two.
There is an armor going up. Apocalypse's attempted push is going to be shut down really well here by that Hydra.
No, but they can stall really well on this hill while they wait for everybody to respawn. The Rainmaker does manage to get a pick on the Forge Pro and is applying a ton of pressure over to left, really not letting anybody move in on them. The Inkjet coming out, getting a pick on the Rainmaker. That T-Tex Inkjets have been instrumental to Tubbs and Friends' play of going back the game.
Tubbs Inkjets are just saving this team right now. That's what it looks like.
Absolutely. Tubbs, the T-Tech is pushing up here, although the Forge Pro has gone down already, and the Slosher is going to go down to the T-Tech. They're pushing the K-Shot, who also goes down. Although the Rainmaker is just trying to stall here, just trying to stay up for as long as possible, rotating over to their street now. Thought they saw it happening, but the Forge Pro predicted that.
Yeah, but as you saw, Tubbs did get a triple there just to stall the Rainmaker as much as possible. As right now, Tubbs and Friends are trying to get something going here.
They do, although there could be missiles out stopping that at any moment.
As right now, the Inkjet did get one pick here. As right now, they do have the Rainmaker at the ready with 30 seconds left. This may be the last push for Tubbs and Friends.
Absolutely, especially with all the missiles that Apocalypse can get out, it's going to be so hard for them to move forward because there will just be that constant pressure from them. And there's an armor coming out. They've also got a bunch of bombs.
And there's another missile coming out for Apocalypse, just shutting that push down right away.
Absolutely, and that jump is very dead.
That jump is beyond dead.
Yes.
As right now.
And really, at this point, Apocalypse can just hold that hill, guarding that Rainmaker. They don't need to take any risks. The Slosher's been able to get some great picks here, really stalling that area, preventing them from going that way. And that is game to Apocalypse.
Very well played by Apocalypse. Using those missiles, I think the main goal of those missiles were, one, to move the Hydra, because if that Hydra gets set up, they were done. And the second point was to scatter them, because if they were scattered, there's less likely that they will be able to team up together and get a good push going.
Absolutely. What an exciting set so far. Very back and forth, very close games, aside from that opening Zones game.
Yeah, but here we go to Clan Blitz Clan Blitz Inkblot. As right now, there's on Inkblot, there's only really two ways to push. You can either go through the step or the hill or the ramp. Other than that, there's no other way to really get a push going.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Hydra can set up so well on those grates on this map that it'll just really be able to play such intense defense.
Yeah, but I think for offense, Tubbs and Friends may need that pros bubbles. Because
they likely will.
Yeah, the pros being able to just sit there within the bubble and just be completely safe is going to be immense for a good push to happen.
Mm-hmm. And the quick pop that's available for them to just get some really quick picks if they need to, like we saw that K Junior doing in an earlier set.
Mm-hmm. As right now, we're just waiting for more action to happen.
Absolutely. I will say, with Inkblot clams, sometimes there is just not a push for like the first 2 minutes. Pushes on this map are either just one power clam or absolutely explosive.
What you mean to say is you either get one power clam or no one does anything for like 4.5 minutes, right?
That is. Yeah. But usually if it's the 4.5 minutes and somebody finally gets one in, it's a push to like 50.
Well, yeah, that could happen. Because right now, especially on Inkblot, you can never go. You can only go 2 ways.
Yeah. I mean, that I was thinking about Inkblot specifically when I made that statement.
Oh yeah, because Inkblot, there's nothing you can really do if you get stopped. Like if the enemy team just knows where you are, you really can't move. Like you can't really push ahead because they're gonna watch that ramp, have someone set up there, watch steps, have a longer equipment set up there, and
we are going into the next game.
The potential last game for Tubbs and Friends, as there's gonna be a double Inkjet or double missile from Apocalypse, and looks like...
And that bomb rush from the splash will really allow them to move into that plat if they're smart with it.
Yeah, but as we see, Tubbs and Friends That's for a K-shot and a T-Tech. So a
An
very
interesting
short range comp. A very short
They do
range
still
comp.
have that Hydra, though, to apply a ton of pressure.
Yeah, it does. But it looks like an armor already for Apocalypse. As
And
right
a
now.
Rain at the ready, too, which can apply so much pressure to mid.
Yeah, but it looks like. Oh, that's the range. Wow, I didn't even realize that.
It is. It's a Zimmy. You don't see him very often.
You don't see. You can say that. You can say that twice.
Yeah. Missiles
But
coming
they're-
out from the Slosher, getting punished for using them there, though. Mini able to push up here, applying pressure to that Hydra. Not quite able to get them, though.
Yeah, the Hydra's gonna be a big part here. It's the longest range weapon in the entire game. It can really put a lot of pressure.
Interesting to see the T-Tech with Inkjet ready with the Power Clam. Interesting to see if they'll pass it to somebody else.
They probably will, as they need to get something here going.
The K-Shot is pushing up on that Mini, able to get two.
Does get two. This might be
Really
their chance.
It might be. The K-Shot's still applying a ton of pressure here, throwing bombs, waiting for their teammates. Very smart. Got some cover from the Inkjet, although the Junior's pretty far behind everybody else.
That
really
is
making it harder for them to move in.
The Power Clam is on the steps, but there's one watching it, and they don't see it.
And they do manage to get it in, and the Junior might be able to get a couple clams in here, but instead they jump out. A smart move. And like we were saying, not uncommon to just see one power on this map.
Yeah, but now Apocalypse does have the mid control and might be able to get something going.
Absolutely. Although armor is coming out from that Junior too.
That's a wipe for Tubbs and friends. This is a great chance for a push.
This can be a big push. They're remembering to pass clams. They're going to have a power. They're going to have the power to throw in and a bunch of small clams. And they should have enough time to get a good few in. There is somebody on the statue above them. The K-Shot's getting these clams in. Should be able to get the pick on this Junior here.
They do. As a push to 46 is a really good.
And the T-Tech might be able to get a couple of sneaky last clams in, but instead they try and look for picks and are forced to jump out.
As a great push from Tubbs and friends to just pile on that lead from 80 to 46.
Absolutely. A really strong lead on this map, especially since they have that Hydra to work with and just play solid defense.
Yeah, here we go. Now Apocalypse is going to be on the attack right now, looking for something. There are missiles coming out from the Slosher. Maybe something else to get something going. They have two specials at the ready, a bomb rush and an armor.
Somebody might want to pick up that pity so that they can really get this push going. Because they are throwing that rain, they have an armor ready, they've used bomb rush. They can make something out of this.
Yeah, the Mini does decide to pick up the power, but it's like Tubbs and friends just gonna play defense here and just not let them in.
A very smart move on their part. They're not taking unnecessary risks. They are playing the waiting game because they have enough of a lead that that is a safe move for them right now.
Yeah, that Hydra allows you to wait for a very long time and nothing will happen.
Exactly. And the Junior can do a similar thing with the amount of bomb pressure it applies.
Yeah, but looks like Apocalypse just can't get anything going. Tubbs and friends defense is too good here.
They have such a strong defensive comp. They can truly just hold areas until they decide they don't need them anymore. And so they can just hold their plat for what feels like forever. They do manage to get these missiles off. They might be able to reclaim that power, but that might just be a dead power at this point. They might just need to abandon it.
Oh, they decided to go for the splat.
They do manage to get it in.
But they only have nothing to follow up with. The Junior tries to do something, but the defense here, they do get a bomb pick. Another
They
power.
managed to get two in.
The Slosher, he does get a pick. It is a 3v2 in his favor of Apocalypse. They are throwing.
And they are getting a few clams in. They only need 3 more to get lead. One more clam,
and it looks like that's.
It looks like the Mini might be able to get it, and they get it.
The Mini does get it by 1 point.
Yeah, incredible play there from the Mini. Really just realizing that they just need to get that one clam in, and if they die in that moment, it's not of too much importance. K-Shot getting a great pick there on the Slosher, limiting a lot of their pressure, and Tubbs and friends really needs to get in now to get this set to a game 5. They have 2 powers jumping in. That's going to be lead.
28. One more power, but no. Now,
what a great push from Tubbs and friends there. Realizing that they had that opportunity with those jump-ins to get those 2 powers in.
Apocalypse has one chance to end this set right now.
And they have a bomb rush ready for it.
They have enough clam. They use a bomb. They use a storm. Trying to do something. They use an armor too. Just going all out.
Doing whatever they can to get in.
Trying to get a pick here.
K-Shot goes, the T-Tech goes down, that's 2 down. They might be able to make this happen.
Down to
And they
45,
can,
32.
just 2
What's the
clams.
height here? One
And they
clam,
get
and
it!
that is going to be game. Great.
Incredible,
Great set.
incredible pushes there from both teams. Really great job working around the other team's defense and finding the openings they need.
Yeah, from Tubb and friends getting a push going to getting it down to 49, able to do something there, to Apocalypse getting it down even further, to again Tubb and friends taking the lead again, and then finally Apocalypse just sneaking by and getting that final win that they needed.
Absolutely. And Apocalypse will be moving on to semifinals, which is incredible to see.
Yeah, congratulations to Apocalypse, as we are going to be moving on into quarterfinals a little bit.
We will be moving on to semifinals next.
Oh, semifinals, my bad.
It is all good. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in so far. Make sure to come back for semis next.
Yep.
You can find me at NoxRaven42 on Twitter and Twitch.
You can find me at Sammy the Griller, capital S, capital T, capital G, over on Twitter. And yeah, that was us.
Make sure you come back for semifinals in just a little bit.